Congo mama, ay Congo mame, Congo, Congo mama, ay shebeleza njalo mama.
We continue to pay our tributes here on Morning Live to the iconic South African actor Joe Mafela and the family as well, saying that they're still struggling to come to terms with his sudden death. Details of his memorial and funeral arrangements will be released today. Mafela died in a car crash in Johannesburg on Saturday night at the age of 75. He was also instrumental in the work done by the Living Legacy program that is established by the Department of Arts and Culture. To talk to us more about his work and how far they come, we joined in our studios in Johannesburg by welcome Msomi, who is also the chairperson of the Living Legends Legacy program. Msomi, good morning to you and welcome to Morning Live.
Yeah, thank you, and good morning to you and to the viewers.
Thank you so much. I'm not even going to ask as to how you're doing. Sudden death, you never get to come to terms with it.
No, it's not easy, and on Saturday, when I heard about the passing, I said, no, it's not true, and I called Tembi Mchali, and I said, Tembi should know, and she's going to tell me the truth.
Yeah.
So when I told her that this is what I heard, and she said, no, it's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true. And but I'll come back to you. So she had to call Roberta Durant, and Roberta said, yes, it is true, and it's very difficult, and you can imagine for the family, and the wife, they've been together for so many years, and suddenly, at least, if he had an illness, you'd accept it, but this was a guy, and last week, in fact, the other day when we were celebrating, paying tribute to Sistandi Klassen,
yes.
He was always joking,
He was.
And when he gets out, people want to take photographs. And I say, Joe, you cannot just be taking photographs all the time.
Yeah.
You must tell them you're tired and you sit down. So it's the people.
That was him for you.
That was him. And Joe also was a very humble person. He had so many ideas, some of the things that he wanted to do. He talked about a production of the drums, and said he would like to have more people participate. And in the Living Legends, what we have done, which was initiated by the Minister of Arts and Culture, Joe was one of the members of the board, and he had so much to contribute. Not only that, with all the Living Legends, we've set up master classes, and he has been over in Wamashu at a Kaya Center with the communities, with the artists over there, and he did master classes at the Market Theatre.
Very involved in shaping the young actors.
Very much involved. And he never said no. When we say, okay, Joe, we have a schedule here, you're going there. I said, okay, I'll be there. He never complained, And his contribution to the Living Legends board will definitely be missed. But we are going to celebrate his legacy, because that is what the Living Legends legacy has to do. And also in that, we need to have schools, we need to have education, some of these kids to understand and know these people who have made such contributions. And there are many of them in the different communities. And we are going to be pressing on and discussing with the Department of Education that we have to have our history in our schools, especially with the legends. And we want also young people to follow, it is about transference of skills and talent, so that when we're gone, there will be people who will take over and move on.
Yeah.
Not that we want to die immediately, but but the reality is that we are going to go at some point.
It is true.
Yeah.
It is true. Your memories, personal memories, both of you come a long way, especially in this industry. Like you said, he was such a funny man. I remember during one of our TNA Business Breakfast show with you and him, of course, and the Minister of Arts and Culture, the moment he got into the room, he started making jokes, cracking jokes, and that is who Joe was. Every time I came across him, that was him.
Yeah,
the most funny guy ever.
It was humor. Was something that he was born with, you know.
It came naturally.
Naturally.
Yeah.
And when you talk about someone who comes into the room, you know, because at times people remember some of his characters in all the plays.
We all refer to him as Dumo.
As Dumo.
We tend to forget his real name.
Others said Imbungulu, you know, and you know, and he just loved people, you know. So we're gonna miss him. You know, we're going to miss his laughter. You know, when you talk about a long way back when he was in the production of Mzumba, you know, and we were also setting up other productions like Umabata and all that. Now and again, you know, we would meet. And we're not going to go into the history of your Gibson Canters and all of us who used to go to community halls, you know, and how we had to be sanctioned by superintendents, you know, for them to look at our scripts, you know. So, but when we look back, we want to look at that history so that people don't forget.
You know, certainly his legacy will certainly live on. But memorial service will be held tomorrow? Yeah,
the memorial service will be held tomorrow at the Joburg Theatre.
All right.
And we are asking all the people who are going to come to be seated by 10:30. Because we are going to start this show on time at 11. And it's not, we're looking at celebrating Joe. And I'm not going to say what exactly, but it's going to be full of humor.
All right.
There isn't going to be any sadness and people crying because that was not Joe. So we are preparing for quite an exciting celebration of this man's life. You know.
Msomi, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for talking to us, and of course condolences to you and to the rest of the family. Hopefully everything will go well.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thanks.
That's welcome. Msomi was the chairperson of the Living Legends Legacy Program, talking to us about his memories with Joe Mafela Ustumo, and some refer to him as the king of Waiti because he would be saying Waiti most of the time when he talks. Well, let's quickly take a break.